Welcome to Business Globe. You are about to watch highlights from Canex 2018. Take a look at a panel discussion on cannabis and the Americas, the global opportunity. Part 5 of 5.
This pharmaceutical product, because that's when you start looking at the value, not just from a recreational point of view, but how we're really going to treat some of these variety of diseases that today we don't fully understand what and how the plant actually works. We know there is benefits, but we don't really understand the pharmacology and the mechanism of action. Mandara Pharma is committed to ensure we're doing fundamental clinical research so that we can really get better understanding on this, the basic pharmacology and mechanism of how the plant is working across a variety of different states. And we see Jamaica especially as an area that can help us, not just in the growing, but also to do some very high quality research with the academic community that exists within the West Indies itself. Happy to take some questions.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again? You mean you want to? You mean you want to? You want to extend your? Yeah, the dynamic of the way we want to operate, for example, in Colombia, is you guys has experience already with the plant, so we're not going to teach you much. We're going to give you resources to dry, and the post-harvest is where most people focus. The plant get oxidated, or you don't dry it well or properly, right? So we're going to teach them how to dry and manicure and finish the product, and we will buy it from you guys on a fair price, based on the prices you already are getting. It's how we make it work in Colombia, to also for the black market and for the people who was outside the regulation, for make them interesting. The government was proposing to switch from cannabis or coca plantations to food, but it does not going to work. You know, the people who's already living all their life from growing ganja, or in the case of Jamaica, they have to keep doing the same in their own areas. You know, we're proposing to just empower them where they already live, you know, in their own land, giving them the right tools, the water, the irrigation system, the fencing that the government requires, and all the infrastructure for, you know, feeding programs, agronomists visiting them. And yeah, it's just a companion during the whole process. And a lot of people asked me during the last 3 days, why we taking the longest road, or, you know, there's other business models that we're developing in other countries that are easier for us. You know, we can do in Colombia and in Ecuador, we're doing high-tech greenhouses and other for highest grade products, but the social model for us is really important. I am Colombian. I live outside Colombia for the last 18 years, but I come back to the country for the legalization process, and I've been working with governments in 3 or 4 countries in Latin America, so I know pretty much the social needs of these countries, and I think the growers that exist in the illegality needs to be included in the whole process, and yeah, that's our plan.
We are very happy because we have had a lot of important people from Jamaica tell us that they are very willing to open for companies like us that can come here and help the community. So we see that the ambience of coming to do something here, it's very good, and they have given us a very nice welcome. So we want to thank everybody because that for us is very important. Like my partner Alejandro is saying, For us, Jamaica is it's very important. It's a triangle. It's Colombia, Jamaica, Canada. And that triangle is very important because it's going to happen very soon, and will soon be exchanging products from each of the countries.
I can see by his flowers. Yeah, okay, the way, like I was explaining to him, the way we do in Colombia, we don't bring rare genetics or foreign Dutch or American genetics. We recover the local genetics on a breeding program, trying to tell the local growers that have the things that are more untouched, let's say, or less diluted, because a lot of people that traveled the world in the last 30 years move genetics from one place to the other, pretending to do good, but at the end we dilute the genetic pool of every country with that. So we're recovering genetics in Ecuador, recovering genetics in Colombia, and hopefully soon here. So what we're going to do is nurseries, we cut clones, give to you strains that you already know, and it's the same plant. It's not seeds, are cuttings, so are all females. You don't have cross-pollination problems. That was also one of the... We will give the people trays with plants of already a nice size and age that are vegetated, and yeah, clones, all of them clones. We have greenhouses on the company greenhouses that are nurseries just to give the farmers specific strains that you have to grow, and the company pick the product in the door of the farm. You know, you don't have to disturb your lifestyle. You can still live in and growing in your own areas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, local sativas. Yeah, nothing with indica because it will bring sickness that you don't have, illness for the plants. Some hybrids can work, but yeah. Yeah, that's the plant we will grow in the equatorial, close to these tropical countries, because it's the one that suits better for you guys, and no problem with rain and with any conditions. You can succeed better with plants that belongs here, you know. Foreign genetics are nice, but give more hassle, so it will require greenhouses and more care. So for the growers outside, we will provide genetics that are mostly local. I totally agree with you, because mostly the vision of everybody makes it complicated for small farmers, because it's too much high tech, like you're saying. But our plan is to make it easier there. We have to make help with tractors or organizing land, bringing irrigation. But the plan is make it in your own land, not make you come far away to work for a company or something like that. The plan is take advantage of that. You know the mountains, you know how to grow there. You just need tools, you know, the good drying rooms and maybe flatten a little spaces or organize a bit yourselves. But with the help of a big company and the right tools, you already feel a lot of respect and love for the plant, and that's a good start. We have that in mind. We already in Colombia are investing a big amount on the first year just for 800 families. Our mountains are pretty similar, so we have difficult access roads, and it's like I was telling you, it's the hardest way to make money in this industry because it looks like an awkward plant, but we have other plants and other branches that are making money. This is the social aspect, and it's still a good business because you can make high-grade cannabis, and it's a handcraft. You're not going to make 10 hectares on a flat land, but you're going to make something really specific and with lots of passion, of love, and that's another market. And yeah, for us, it's good. For us, it's good to have you as a... Well, it starts there in education, sir. You're right. We're going to start making schools, local schools, where the people get the perfect training. And after the training is finished, 3-4 months, you get the one whole crop training in the company headquarters. You will get your genetics and go to your farm and receive visits of agronomists. And it will be a full companion so you don't lose the track. And the first year, you need assistance. But the second year, you guys can keep alone. And the less you need the white boys, the better. You know, we empower you in your own land and give you the tools to make it on your own.
Many of the questions, which are very good questions, we've encountered the same challenges in Colombia. And you're asking all the right questions. But we believe that we have a model that we can customize for Jamaica. It's not going to be simply replicating what we did in Colombia, because you have your own specific challenges and specific ways of doing things. But our model, I think, is flexible enough to ensure that you will be respected and you will respect what we're trying to help you to do.
One point I would like to add to what Jeremy is saying, that maybe you think you have complex situation in Jamaica, but believe me, Colombia is 10 times worse in terms of violence, and we have a war conflict for 50 years that supposedly is under negotiation, but it still is not, and we make it work, this situation. The government, United Nations, Transnational Institute, a lot of agencies are watching and supporting, because it really helps to include these groups that otherwise they're going to be leftovers, and the big corporations are running so fast and making these compounds like prisons, like, like you were saying, it looks so scary when you see so much technology that the people that don't have the money or the ways to make that feel that they're not going to be part. But for us, it's totally opposite, because we know there's market for the product you community touch or helps to create. There's a lot of people in the world that will highly appreciate that, and we want to capitalize that. We totally agree. That's a good question, but if we work with the indicas, they will need extra light. But we're going to work with sativas that are easy to grow. So we will give you a plant that has maybe 20 days or a month of light on a nursery, extra light on a greenhouse. So when you have it, it's a strong plant. It's not a weak seedling or a weak clone. We're going to give you established plants like a youngster. So when you put it on the ground, she will go alone and you will harvest in 90 days or less. They will not need, they will need greenhouses because there are plants that have been grown here for generations. It's your local genetics, so it's established. We just want to reintroduce them because most of the best Jamaicans or the best Colombian strains are not in Jamaica or Colombia, are in private collections outside, people who take the care to not breed them. Most of the original strains now in our countries are diluted because, like I tell you before, travel and bring new things. So if you go to a field where you're supposed to see just one strain, you see a lot of different things. So we're going to concentrate on a serious breeding program to recover the locals, and that's what you're going to grow. Plants that are being here before for many years. And yeah, greenhouses is just in our headquarters to make it faster and control it, but once you get it, you can put it straight in the mountains with no problem. The whole protocol is organic.
Yeah, they're looking for heavy metals, fungus. I mean, they're not going to tell you if you have fungus. They're going to tell you how much fungus you have. And it's a meeting requirement. So I think that people in Jamaica, some are serious about not using chemicals. We talked about it yesterday in the ICO standards discussion. So this is not only important, but it sounds like it's really a principle of what you want to do.
It is the whole.
You're to be applauded for that.
We have a group of scientists in Europe working pretty hard in the whole protocol from the feed. Sorry, we had a huge big group in Valencia, Spain, that we get together with them a couple years ago, and they are specialists on a whole protocol from the fertilization to fungicides, all the wide spectrum of totally organic, and it's one of our main focus, make clean horticulture so the products has a standard that we can be proud worldwide, not just for Jamaica standards, but Canadian or American standards or higher, something really well designed and well cared.
I love the fungus approach. The fungicides are the absolute worst.
Yeah, he's a great product.
Yes, which is what I was saying before. I am actually part of the company that is called Clearleaf. I am not directly related with them, but what we want to show is that there are options to fight fungi that can be used with the organic farms and that are actually helpful to the environment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. What I mean by that is that it's it's not completely friendly to the fungus, but yes, but it is friendly to the plants, to the surrounding plants, to the insects, to the soil, and
Yeah, I know what you mean. The botrytis only attack the nicest buds. She don't like the ugly buds. She always goes for the whiter, and when you open them, you see the inside. But if we attack it since before the plant flowers, we apply the nicest fungicides and good products that it's our job, So we will provide you guys with something that the plant's clean from the beginning till the end, and we make sure it works for you, so it works for us, because we are the buyers, so we are the most interested ones in make it work for you. And also what it works a lot in Colombia for us that I want to finish with that is that at the end, the people in the mountains, you don't want them to come to the city to work for a company and call boss somebody that you don't even respect and don't know. So you stay in your own land, and we empower you there. We give you the tools, so you wake up in the morning, and the half of the day you take care of your garden, and the rest of the day you have time for your family and for your kids. And yeah. The business model works like this. In Colombia, we organize with local majors with the support of the universities and doctors and all the government involved, so we need support from them. And they let us use local buildings in the communities that we're going to start working with. So we start in the training, the classroom, like a little school, models, and we create small greenhouses and outdoor plots for the practices. So the groups that start working in a minimum of 3 months or a maximum of 4, you end up being a horticulturist and cannabis graduated. You don't need 5 years to become they already know it. So what we're going to tell them is just basic things on the post-harvest and adjust a bit the technique, but their knowledge and love, like I was saying, is already lots of value. So after they finish their product and they dry it and finish it in a proper way, which is going to turn it into a higher value, because the way without resources, like they were saying, hide in the mountains and running, and if it rains, the product gets wet, and a lot of factors makes their product in the last weeks lose value. So if they have a proper facility and the legality is on the equation, what they're gonna end up making is, I already see the last week, beautiful flowers coming from Orange Hill and Westmoreland. So I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. If they can do this in the legality, imagine what they're gonna be able to do with the support of the government and the company. So at the end, we are like a cheese factory. They are the milk makers. So we buy the milk in the farms in their door, and we make the cheese, and they're happy. They are in their areas, don't wear uniforms, don't have time shifts. It's the only way to include the weakest. I'm gonna give you my point. I'm gonna give you my point of view, because the question is really good. I think you're not the less powerful, or you have something very powerful in this, and we come from the cannabis business, or the cannabis industry is not what the new investors and the newcomers are seeing, like a gold mine. This has a lot of spirit, a lot of fight, a lot of sweat and tears, and it's a culture, and they cannot pass page over us. We fight hard for put it where it is now. That include you guys. So all the knowledge and all the freedom fighting you've been doing for the plant, you morally deserve being part of this. You are. So what you just need is you just need to get involved with the right companies, because I know many companies that exist now, the biggest ones, are just focused, and it's nothing wrong with it. It's a business. They call it a business, but for us, it's something that is like a singer or a football player that starts doing it as a passion, and at the end, money will come as a bounce or as a consequence of a good job. But I think what you guys have to do is just get organized. In groups, you are very powerful, because if I'm a buyer abroad in any country and I can buy something made by the Rasta communities in Jamaica with all the passion and love and care and organic, it's a more sellable and more profitable product than something made by the machine in Canada. Exactly. So your product has a lot of value, and internationally, this is like Blue Mountain Coffee, in Brazil they make fucking tons of coffee, but nobody appreciated more than you are small producers of high quality products with lots of spirit, and it's a story turning into products. It's not products looking to make story. You know, your country already has it on its DNA. So you're very powerful, bro. Believe me.
Our mantra is farm to farmer, and we can't do farmer without the success of the farm. And you're key critical to make sure that that farm piece will get us to the farmer piece at the end as the end vision. As he says, it's the love and the history and the legacy that you've all built up over the years that will help us to be successful to deliver our and the betterment of mankind because of this important plant.
And one last thing I want to add is our company is, for example, our CEO, he was 20 years CEO of one of the biggest or the biggest generic pharmaceutical in Canada. So we have the expertise to think or aim into a pharmaceutical league or world, but we also have a very deep root into social. And I'm Colombian. I lose family members on the war on drugs in Colombia, been in jail many times fighting for this plant and legal battles, and you know what I mean? I know where we come from, and we don't forget that, so we always have respect for the growers and for the people who came from the underground, and we're fighting in many countries and polishing the law to let us include us. We win in Colombia a battle that make them make a last-minute law, adjust the law at small and medium growers. That license doesn't exist at the beginning. Last year, they made it because we pushed hard. They were just inviting bigger sharks to the pool to make money in the country, like mining, but nothing for the conflict people. And for us, was very important to push for that, because what we're going to do with 30,000 families that are already growing poppies, coca, and cannabis, we cannot leave them just past page and give the business to the big corporations that they are already powerful. You have to give power to the people who don't have it. And this is a good vehicle.
Mr. Maxi Priest is here. But this cannot happen without Douglas. Can somebody please find Douglas for me? Where's my Zimmer team? And where's the Hemp on Heel team? This is it? We're good? Who wants that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is massive. This is huge. Because what we have on the stage right now is the amazing team from Hemp and Heel, one of the leading companies in the medicinal cannabis space in the US. We've got the Zimmer team, the #1 distribution company for medicinal cannabis in Jamaica. And we've got Mr. Maxi Priest. I think Douglas better tell us what's going on right now. Douglas, do you want to tell us what's going on right now? Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud. We are absolutely proud at this moment to be launching the Maxi Priest Sports Gel with CBD and the Maxi Priest Island Kush terpene-infused CBD vaporizer cartridge, produced by Hemp and Heel, exclusively for Zimmer and Company. We've got to hear from Jonah, and we've got to hear from Maxi.
Yeah, blessed. Thank you, everyone, for being here in this beautiful country of Jamaica. Thank you all. Thank you. What a blessing. And what a blessing to bring such a powerful vapor cartridge to the industry. As of right now, this is the highest vapor cartridge on the market, 400 milligrams of CBD, because Maxi wanted to target chronic pain, because chronic pain is hurting a lot of people. Maxi's about the people, so are we. We're here in Jamaica to make Jamaica and Maxi proud. Thank you all.
Yeah, I'm just echoing what he just said. You know, I ain't no technical person with this, but, you know, I just have to be a part of this movement. And we all got to be a part of this movement. This train is moving. And I advise everybody to get on board before it passes. You know, as I look out here in the crowd, I know that each one of you grew up with herb. We grew up with ganja. We have to give 100 and more respect to all the Rastaman them that first give out the sound and make the world know. So this spiritual plant, this spiritual flower, we all have a spiritual connection to this flower. And especially coming out of Jamaica, that the world has always been inquisitive to know why and how Jamaica grow weed. What is it about Jamaican weed that makes it so incredible? You know? So this opportunity now that has opened itself because of the Rastaman, making the world know that this flower has so much potential. It has now opened up a door for all of us. So it is a very, very serious time. And I am here because I want to know what's going on. I want to learn what is going on. I want to, you know, see what is going to happen to this special plant that my grandparents and my parents before them grew on. Is it just going to come and somebody just going to take it away from us? Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to be a part of the thing? So we have to take time and educate ourselves with what is going on, you know, and try and move with the trend. Blessings to each and every one.
Thank you, Maxi Priest. Thank you, Hemp and Heal. These products go on sale in the US today. They are not yet available in Jamaica because we are about compliance, and we will ensure these products are registered prior to distribution in Jamaica. But they are available. Hemp and Heal's website. Buy your Maxi Priest products today. They're available already, and people are loving them. Turning over to Douglas Gordon, Canex founder, producer, who made it all happen by bringing 22 countries to Jamaica for these 2 days.
Thank you. Very proud moment, because for what we want to see happen with this whole market, to have someone like Maxi embrace this idea, to have someone who's producing at the standard of Jonah doing this, it really brings two perfect worlds together and creates a platform to do something very special going forward. But there's one other component that I wanted to share, and I think I have to take my hat off to both these gentlemen, because commercially we work through all the terms pretty quickly, the product is good, obviously the brand is great, but they both signed on to something that is special to us, and that is the I Love Mobay movement that we have. And I'm proud to share that 5% of the proceeds of every product that is sold will go to benefit the I Love Mobay Foundation for this. And more than anything, it really says a lot about the essence of what the plant stands for, and I think the constitution of the two people who are involved in this. So thank you to Shore from Zimmer, thank you Jonah from Bolt, and thank you Maxi Priest for signing on to something like that.
Maxi, I don't know how you're going to get away before dropping a lyric for the people, them,
I didn't come here and sign up for that. Just peace, love, and blessing to each and every one. Take the thing serious. Take the thing serious. God bless.
Thank you.
Welcome to Business Globe. You are about to watch highlights from Canex 2018. Take a look at a panel discussion on cannabis and the Americas, the global opportunity. Part 4 of 5.